All right, students, this is a short instructional video to show you how to use the tools in Google Drawings and in Google Images to create your meme or political cartoon for the Manifest Destiny assignment. So here you see we have a pre-made file, Manifest Destiny political cartoon or meme, and this is a custom-sized Google drawing. Look, there's nothing magic there. I just made it the same size if you printed it as a piece of printer paper like we'd have at school. If you choose to do this on paper, then just grab a piece of notebook paper or printer paper. It'll be roughly the same size. And in the Google Classroom, there is an example of a little bit of drawing instruction that I gave to students that got the paper packet of this week's assignment. And you can see those steps for drawing with circles and lines. So right up here in the below the menu bar is the toolbar in Google Drawings. These are some pretty simple and basic drawing tools. You've got your pointer, which lets you grab objects. You've got your different lines. You can draw a straight line. You can draw an arrow. And then these different curved connectors and curves. A polyline, this is what lets you draw lines and create your own polygon. A double click will connect it, and then once you go to the pointer, you can then move it or resize it. You can turn it like that, and of course you can use the paint bucket. You can change its colors. You can do whatever it is you want. Make the lines thicker. And then, of course, if it doesn't suit your purposes, just select it, hit the backspace key, and it's gone. Now, I am going to focus on the text tools and the shapes, but first, I am going to get a meme. Now, my a cartoon is about Manifest Destiny, and so one way to approach this is in our historical context, which we've been reading about, Americans moving to the West. So I went ahead and to save time, I have searched in Google Images, and I'm going to just copy this wagons moving west image, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to paste it. And then if I look at the rubric that's attached, and I can use the arrow keys to move this, I am going to fill my entire screen. I can also drag my image without the arrow keys if I want to. And I can also expand my image from the corner, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it go here, and then I'm going to stretch it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. There. Oops. And again, I'm filling the canvas, like it says in the rubric, to fill all or most of the canvas to meet the standard. Now I've got this image, but to be a meme, I'm going to have to add some kind of text or an amalgamation of images to make my point. So I am going to actually add some text, and I am going to go ahead. I can use a text box for sure, but I'm going to use, in this case, a call out. And I am just going to use a simple, I think I'll use a rounded rectangle call out. And then I am going to use this space up here. And if I double click, I can type in the middle of the call out, and I'm going to just put all this great land, and oops, it's free. Now this is my little play on words, because Manifest Destiny is of course about taking the land, and it is about spreading ideas like the American ideal of liberty or freedom. I can of course change my fonts in here, have it look the way I want it to. Maybe I will change it to be more comic-like, and I can make my text as big as I want. I can, of course, do all the formatting changes. I can, of course, change my background any way that I want it. I would say for the assignment, please make it legible, which means make it so an old man can easily see it. There. And I can add more text to the image if I want to, or I could even bring in another picture. Like I know from me growing up in the 1970s, there's a famous image of a Native American with a tear coming down his eye. That was about a TV ad about pollution. If I type in search for that, we know from reading that this idea of manifest destiny did not work out the same way for Native Americans as it did for the white settlers that were moving west. I'm going to copy the image and go back, and I'm going to right click and paste, and then I can move this where I want it. I can resize it. And this shows kind of the irony now of this statement. Oh, maybe I want it over here. I can move it anywhere I want. And my meme is done. And you can see, except for my preloading that first image, this has taken about 5 minutes or less. So create your meme. If you are familiar with other tech tools like Sketchpad in the sketch.io site, or Gravit Designer, gravit.io, these will let you have more control over your images and let you edit them by masking and clipping. Folks, either use the drawing tools or use and create your political cartoon. Use the copy and paste and words to make a meme. I look forward to seeing your fantastic work. One more thing. I showed you this in the Western context, in the historical context. That is not the only way you can look at manifest destiny. Here's a question for you. Did manifest destiny stop with the Mexican War and the acquisition of all the Western states, or is it an ideal that America still has today? Here is another way to look at it. This is a modern picture of American military planes flying over other countries. And I've added in the drawing tool created bombs that these planes are dropping, and they're towing a banner that says manifest destiny. Is this an image that expresses manifest destiny? This definitely has political overtones. Do you want the more negative aspects of manifest destiny, like people getting their land taken or getting bombs dropped on them? Or do you want a more positive image of manifest destiny, like the American ideals of progress and democracy expanding around the globe? All these can be encompassed by you in your work of art, and I look forward to seeing it.